This is the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. It's an SUV that kind of bridges the gap between a compact and a mid-size. Wait, everybody shut up! We got carpool stickers. Oh boy. That's right. The PHEV title means this is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle that, depending on where you live, might be entitled to single-occupant HOV access. As a human in the greater Los Angeles area with a deep disdain for traffic, I'm going to make great use of those stickers. Okay, enough about the stickers. Peek beneath the hood and you'll find a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine making unimpressive power figures. But wait, there's more. 2 electric motors, one for the front tires and one for the rears, add to the PHEV's propulsive strength, achieving a Mitsubishi estimated total output of 190 horsepower. If you want to use that power to tow, capacity tops out at 1,500 pounds. Supporting the electrified bits is a 12 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. Use a household outlet, and recharging from empty can take up to 13 hours. However, that time drops to 3.5 hours with a 240-volt charger and only 25 minutes for an 80% charge using the Outlander's standard DC fast charging abilities, assuming you have access to a DC fast charger. They are often elusive beasts. One thing I've noticed is that when you plug it in, there's not much confirmation that you're successfully charging your vehicle. If you go over here to the 110 charging box, there's a little flashing light that says charging, but some sort of confirming light on the vehicle would be sweet. But not as sweet as those carpool stickers. For remotely monitoring your Outlander PHEV's state of charge and other features, Mitsubishi offers an app, but the sign-up process is a bit convoluted. And according to this verbiage right here, I can't use the Mitsubishi Remote Control app and be connected to the internet at the exact same time. I'll just assume the Outlander is charging just fine. And now back to Instagram with me. Assuming that assumption holds true, the EPA says the Outlander PHEV can cover 22 miles using electric power alone. That's enough range for many buyers' daily commutes and to earn those sweet HOV stickers. Exhaust its electric range, and the Outlander returns a combined 25 mile per gallon fuel efficiency. As an electrified SUV, you knew there had to be some quirky controls, and sure enough, we have a Prius-like drive selector down here, which works just fine, though the park button is behind it, so you have to reach around it. Okay, that's not that hard, but it could be slightly more accessible. Like right here, that would be a good place to put that. Located near the drive selector is a button that forces the engine to charge the battery, not sure why you'd want to do that, a button that saves battery power for later, for example city driving where electric power is more efficient, and an EV priority button that limits use of the gasoline engine unless maximum acceleration is required. Once underway, you can control the regenerative braking intensity with the paddle shifters right here. If you go all the way to the right to the lowest intensity, the Outlander essentially coasts, which is a great way to capitalize on the kinetic energy you've already paid for with gasoline and electrons. If you use the highest regen intensity, there's notable decel when you come off the accelerator, but not so much that you can one-pedal drive. On that note, the Outlander PHEV's brakes are a real bright spot. Unlike many hybrid and electric cars, these brakes feel natural and easy to control. Many a hybrid and electric car has earned my scorn with wonky brake feel. In similar fashion, acceleration from a stop or when overtaking slower traffic is impressively refined. The Outlander blends electric and gasoline propulsion into seamless, if not neck-snapping thrust. With that praise registered, I will note that it takes more corrections than I'd prefer to track straight on the freeway, and the suspension doesn't deal well with crude pavement. It almost feels like a multi-mode suspension trapped in track mode. The Outlander PHEV's rough-riding nature manifests as vibrations through the seat and steering wheel. Encounter bumps while cornering, and the chassis responds with skittish handling. Among value-priced SUVs, there are smoother, better handling choices. Wherever you aim your Outlander, this is where you'll sit. Overall, the understated cabin is a functional space offering generous room for passengers, good outward visibility, and plenty of soft materials. Quick complaints include this tiny center console storage, a dearth of convenient places to stow one's phone when connected to the front USB port, and non-extending sun visors. I do need to mention that you cannot get adjustable lumbar support in your Outlander PHEV. Normally, I would employ my inflatable lumbar pillow to address this shortcoming, but in this case, static lumbar support is actually pretty good. It's a supportive enough seat that front seat occupants will stay comfortable. You get a pass, Outlander, but just barely. In the second row, the seats do not slide, but I've got plenty of space for my knees and feet anyhow. The seat backs do recline though, to a very comfortable level. If I move one position to the right, the seat back is firm, but headroom is great. And even though it's not perfectly flat, there's a little spot to put my feet down here. So yeah, I could hang there for a little bit. Move one more position to the right. We've got an armrest, cup holders, vents, which are standard, and a USB port to keep my phone charged. It's not a bad place to hang. Unlike non-electrified Mitsubishi Outlanders, the plug-in hybrid does not come with a third row of seats because, you got to stick the battery somewhere. Downside, you might need to leave your neighbor's kids at the soccer field. Upside, cargo behind the second row is a solid 30.4 cubic feet. The cargo hold is accessed through a standard power tailgate. For large loads, the 60/40 rear seats fold, though if you want them properly flat, you'll need to flip forward the seat bottoms and headrests. Handling infotainment duty is a 7-inch display with, let's say, an old school vibe. But it does include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus a GPS readout, which is helpful for calling in a helicopter rescue for wherever you take your Outlander. Probably the outlet mall. Ah, look at that lat lounge. Drive to more daring locales, perhaps off-road, and pressing the 4-wheel drive lock button simulates the even front-to-rear torque distribution of a traditional locking center differential. If you actually take your hybrid SUV off-roading, please send me a picture on Instagram. In simplest and cheapest form, the Outlander PHEV SEL trim includes dual-zone climate control, smart key access with push-button start, 7 airbags including a driver's knee airbag, heated front seats, and blind spot warning, all for a sub-$37,000 MSRP, including destination charges. Boosting the PHEV's value proposition are nearly $6,000 in federal tax credits, a transferable 5-year 60,000-mile basic warranty, and a 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that also covers the battery. Right now you're probably thinking, Micah, but what about advanced safety assist technologies like lane keeping assist, forward collision warning, and adaptive cruise control? Those features are all available, but you have to upgrade to the $5,700 pricier GT trim, which also adds a sunroof, Rockford Fosgate premium audio, a 360-degree camera system, and LED lighting to the mix. Where competitors are concerned, at the moment, there are few. You can nab an efficient Toyota RAV4 hybrid, but that's not a plug-in. The Subaru Crosstrek is available as a plug-in hybrid, but with less range and a much smaller interior than the Outlander PHEV. The Kia Niro plug-in hybrid delivers a superior 26-mile electric range for much less money, but again, it's much cozier than the Outlander. Depending on when you're watching this, the Ford Escape plug-in hybrid and others might have also joined the competitive set. Of course, ditch the plug-in hybrid requirement, and there is a veritable cornucopia of compact and not quite mid-sized SUVs to choose from. But if you want a spacious interior, all-wheel drive traction, pure electric commutes, and you want all of that encapsulated in a reasonably attractive SUV shell, the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV fits the bill. And hey, did you know you can get carpool stickers for it?